Are you concerned about falling? In the next year, 1 in 4 seniors will experience a fall. Do not allow yourself to become a statistic. Tai Chi is proven to reduce your fall risk by 58%. Classes for all abilities are available throughout DuPage County. Tai Chi. Exercise for life. Exercise for you.
And from the natural stance, feet shoulder width, toes straight, forwards, back up straight, head up tall. Bring your hands up and tap below the collarbone. Nice and gentle. Welcome everybody to a new week. And with this one, we are tapping an acupuncture point called kidney 27 to help stimulate the energy in our kidneys, to balance the energy in our kidneys out, to help them function better. And then the middle of the sternum. So we are 4 fingers above our xiphoid process and tapping this spot. This is an acupuncture point called Ren 17. And this helps improve our lung function for breathing. It also stimulates the thymus to boost our immune system. I remember ideally we do each one of these for about 1 minute apiece. You can do longer if you like. You can do multiple times during the day. It is very hard to overdo Qigong. And then the sides of the ribs. And we're tapping, I can never remember which spleen point it is. 16 maybe. But also the neurolymphatic points for the spleen. And this helps promote your digestive system. And loose and relax. Swing your arm. As loose and relaxed as you can. Remembering this should be a whole arm swing from the shoulder with no deliberate movement in the elbows. And ideally your thumbs come up just above the level of your belly button. Although they can, if you choose, come up as high as the level of the shoulders. So I like somewhere in between, depending how my arms are swinging, depending how the momentum is going. And arm swinging is for circulation. 10 minutes promotes basic circulation. If you extend this to 20 minutes, It activates your internal organs and stimulates your brain. If you do this for the full 30 minutes, it reveals and cures hidden diseases. Remembering that anything is better than nothing, so anytime you're stood around waiting in the checkout line, in the grocery store, swing your arms. Swing your arms as much as you can. We all used to do it when we were kids, and then we stopped. And I'd like to thank Ramona for stepping in to teach for us on Friday. I didn't give her too much notice. I asked her Thursday night, which is when I found out that I couldn't be here on Friday. So thank you very much, Ramona. I did get a couple of messages saying that people enjoyed your class. And going into another week, our online classes remain on the same schedule: Monday, Friday, 9 a.m., Tuesday, Thursday, 11 a.m., and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Social time is Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. And our meditation Mondays begin a new session next Monday. That's every Monday at 7 p.m. for the 4 weeks in October. And I lead you through some form of guided breathing, relaxation, meditation. And the details for that will be in my weekly email next Sunday. So make sure that you are signed up for my email newsletter. That is the best place to keep up to date with everything that I'm doing. That and my Google Calendar. Allow your arms to come to a rest. Turn your waist, let your arms swing on. Loose and relax. The forehands knocking is for your kidneys and your waist. And now bring your hands in. The back hand is going to tap on the small of the back. On the opposite side, front hand is going to tap just inside the shoulder. And the back hand stimulates urinary bladder points in the sea of vitality, which further stimulates the kidney function. The front hand now comes up and taps lung points. And so we're bringing the lung stimulation into this. And remember, just about everything that we do is just as effective sitting down as it is standing up. There are a couple of exercises that you can only do standing up, but they can be modified in some way for people who need to sit. Remembering that being relaxed, being comfortable is much more important than forcing your way through a movement. And take the arms out, return to just the weight. And bring the waist to a rest. Bend your knees, let your arms hang down, loose and relax. All the movement in the shoulders, roll your shoulders. And just let your arms hang there. There should be no bending of the elbows. There should be no movement, deliberate movement in the elbows. Everything is in the shoulders. And the arms just hang there. Change direction. One more. And straighten up. So that loosens and opens up the shoulders. Take your head to one shoulder, roll it down, around to the shoulder. Without tilting it back, bring it across the top. Exhale as we go around. Inhale across. Exhale. Inhale. And change direction. Head to the shoulder, roll it down, around to the shoulder. Without tilting it back, bring it across the top. Exhale around. Inhale across. Exhale. Inhale. So we're opening up, loosening the joints in the neck. More importantly, we're stimulating and stretching the energy channels on the sides of the neck, known as the windows to the sky. And that allows energy and blood to flow in and out of the head much more effectively. One more. Good. Now rub your hands together. So stimulating the muscles, the flesh, the skin. More importantly, we're stimulating the acupuncture points. We're stimulating the well and the spring points. Good. Wrists to stimulate the stream points. It's not quite as distinct as this point, so the points do vary a bit. But if you're thinking about going from the well to the spring to the stream and the forearms into the river, into the elbows for the C point. So the flow of energy goes from a well to a spring, to a stream, to a river, to a sea. And does the same on the legs as well. Good. Interlace the fingers. Roll your wrists around. Change direction. So loosening up all the joints. Remembering that our joints are the places where our energy flow is most likely to get blocked. Loosening up the joints is a very, push one wrist up and the other, is a very, very important piece of Qigong. Nod. Rub the palms of your hands, stimulating Pericardium 8, Lao Gong. So we bring energy to the hands, opening up Lao Gong, so we can take the hands to the smaller back, again to that sea of vitality, those urinary bladder points, and gently circle. Inhale as your waist moves back. Exhale as it moves forward. Inhale. Exhale. Fair Maiden circles her waist, and the next one, Fair Maiden circles her hips, are both for the kidneys and the waist. And that's why we are placing the hands on the urinary bladder points to help that stimulation of the kidney. Physically, this is really good for your back. One more. And change direction. One. Now for fair maiden circles her hips, you can bring your feet as close together as you're safe and comfortable, or you can keep them apart, or you can bring them to any distance between, depending on how it works for you. I personally like them apart. And so you're going to take your tailbone and you think about trying to move your tailbone in a circle. This is a small, subtle movement where you're tilting your pelvis, tilting it to one side, untucking it, tilting it to the other side, and then tucking it forwards again. And then trying to smooth that out into a circle. Really good for opening up the very lowest vertebrae, the lumbar L1, L2, the very base of your spine. And change direction. One more. And bring your feet as close together as you're safe and comfortable. Again, rub those palms to activate Pericardium 8, Lao Gong. And take that energy to your knees. And rub your knees all over. Pat your knees, ideally right with the palm of the hand and the hand cup, so you're getting Lao Gong Pericardium 8 on the palm, right on the kneecap. Good. Rest your hands above your knees, fingers point inwards. There's no weight placed on the knees, there's no pressing with them, they just rest there. Bend and straighten. Inhale as you bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Good. Straighten up. Take one foot, keeping yourself safe and comfortable, and rotate your arm. Change direction. So we've worked down. So we work the knees for the C points in the leg. We're working the ankle for the stream points. And then with your foot in the shape that it would be as if you were standing on your toes, tap the ball of one foot. And we're stimulating kidney 1 on the sole of the foot. Change feet. Again, rotate your. Change direction. And tap the ball of the foot. And bring yourself back to the natural stance, feet shoulder width apart, toes straight forward. Back up straight, head up tall, knees a little soft, arms relaxed at your sides. And we start the week off, as we always do, with ringing the temple bell. Remembering that this is a spiritual exercise rather than the religious exercise. And if you choose to put a belief system into this, you can do so. Traditionally, it's called ringing the temple bell. You can certainly think about ringing the church bell, the mosque bell, the synagogue bell, whatever you choose to put in there. And so inhale, bring your arms up to the sides, bring the palms together. Exhale, pull down in front of your chest and rest and breathe here. As you contemplate your reasons for entering the first door to your sacred space, whatever that sacred space may be. Breathe and contemplate. Inhale. Exhale, put your fingers forwards, reach out, turn your thumbs down. Inhale, open the first door. Palms up at the small of the back. Exhale, bring forward your first offering. Sink your weight down and breathe. Take this time to reflect on what you have to offer. Maybe thinking about what you have to offer to yourself, your family, your friends, your community, your country, the world. We all have something to offer. Take some time to realize what it is and what you're going to do with it. Inhale. Exhale, place that offering down. Inhale, reach up, grasp the first bell rope. Exhale, pull down to the face, bend at the waist, take the hands between the knees. Inhale, bring the hands to the face, straighten up, let go. Exhale, pull down to the chest, and rest and breathe here as you contemplate your reasons for entering the second door. You may have different reasons come to the surface. You may just be going deeper with the reasons that you were thinking about in the first door. It's all good. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward, thumbs down. Inhale, open the second door. Exhale, bring forward your second offering. Sink your weight down. And again, take some time to reflect on what you have to offer. Again, you may be thinking about something new, or you may be going a little bit deeper with the things you thought about with your first offering. Inhale. Exhale, place your second offering down. Inhale, reach up, grasp the second bell rope. Exhale to the face, waist to the knees. Inhale to the face, straighten up, let go. Exhale, pull down to the chest. Rest and breathe as you contemplate entering the third door. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, open the third door. Exhale, bring forward your third offering. Sink your weight down. And breathe as once again you reflect on what you have to offer. Inhale. Exhale, place your third offering down. Inhale, reach up, grasp the third bell rope. Exhale, face, waist, knees. Inhale, face, waist, let go. Exhale, pull down and rest here for a minute and reflect, contemplate where you're going to go from here now that you are in your sacred space. Take one more breath and let go. Hopefully ringing the temple bell sets you up with a few thoughts about what you're going to do with the rest of your day and hopefully with the rest of the week. Today I wanted to work on some individual exercises. Now that we are well into the autumn season, we want to be preparing our bodies for the coming winter, for the coming colder weather. Unless you live in San Diego, in which case you're okay. The autumn is the time of metal. This is the phase of the year that we're moving through, and that's the word that the Chinese use to describe the changes that are happening as things are contracting inwards, that the trees are starting to lose their leaves as the animals are preparing for the winter. Like I'm seeing lots of squirrels around, collecting their nuts for the winter. You've got other animals preparing to hibernate. And we really should be doing the same, preparing our bodies to go into a quieter, less active time of the year. And the main organs that are affected at this time of year are the lungs and the large intestine. So if we spend some time working on the lungs in the autumn, it will help us to have an easier winter. And so our lungs are very affected by the colder air in the winter. That feeling that you get when you step outside, you take a breath in, and the air is so cold that it actually hurts your lungs. If we begin to adapt the lungs to that, that cold will affect the lungs much less, and it will give you a much easier time through the winter. So lung exercises to prepare yourselves for the winter. The first one we've already done, and so that's the tapping the middle of the sternum. So let's do it again. What you want to do to find the exact spot is to find your xiphoid process. That's the little bone that sticks down from the bottom of your sternum where the rib cages come together. You put 4 fingers above that, and where your index finger touches is where the acupuncture point exactly is. And in men, it's exactly at nipple level, okay? And you're going to gently tap that spot. And as you do that, you're also going to be hoping that the rain stays off, and it's just a few passing drops. As I said at the beginning when we did this, ideally you want to go for at least a minute. Now you're using your whole hand to tap that spot. So you're using your hand to tap a spot that's the size of the end of your pinky finger. So you have to be really wrong to be missing it, okay? But if at the beginning you're also thinking about stimulating the thymus, you're pretty much okay on anywhere on the sternum. Anywhere on the sternum is going to send those vibrations into the body, and it's going to stimulate the thymus, okay? So pretty much anywhere that you go on the chest, you're going to be getting the thymus. But it is right behind that acupuncture spot. So if you're right on top of it, you're good. Now, when we work the lungs, our lung energy channel runs from just inside the shoulder, which is why we tapped that spot when we did the 4 hands knocking, and it runs down your arm to your thumb, okay? So the energy flows down the arm. So things that we can do that open up the chest, open up those acupuncture points, and allow the energy to flow out better. On the physical side, opening up the chest opens up the upper lobes of the lungs, which is the smallest area of the lungs, and so it helps us to take a much better breath. So these exercises work on a physical level and an energetic level. The first one we're going to do is called Feudal Lord Draws His Bow. And the main action in this is in your shoulders. And so you want to think about your shoulder blades and squeezing your shoulder blades together as much as you can. So it's not just the arms moving, it's the shoulders squeezing together that is the action for this. Again, there's very little movement in the arms themselves. It's all in the shoulders, all in the shoulder blades. So we bring our arms up crossed in front of us. Our elbows are about 90 degrees, and that remains the same. Ideally, our arms stay at shoulder height, and you gently begin to squeeze those shoulder blades together. That's going to open up the arms. You're going to close your hands into a gentle fist, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then relax and cross your arms again. Inhale as you open. Notice my elbows are still at 90 degrees. Exhale as you close. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And bring your hands down. There is no specific set number of repetitions that you need to do with this exercise or the next one. Basically, it's the more the better. So you could do this multiple times a day, or you could increase the number of repetitions if you choose to. The third exercise we're going to do is called rowing a boat. This has a very similar action. We're going to be, again, squeezing our shoulder blades together. This time, we're also going to be thinking about pulling the shoulder blades down the spine. So you're thinking about that, the bottom inside corner of the shoulder blade, squeezing them together and trying to get them to come down to touch your pelvis. Okay? For this one, the arms are relaxed to your sides. Your hands float up to the height of your shoulders. Now begin to squeeze those shoulder blades together, pull them down. Your hands come in, your elbows this time come down. Your hands close into a fist, squeeze those shoulder blades together hard, pull them down, and then relax and bring the hands down. Inhale as your hands come up and in. Squeeze hard, exhale as they come down. Inhale. Exhale. One more. With both of those exercises, you should hopefully feel that later in the day. You should feel that you've worked those muscles between the shoulder blades and those muscles that run down either side of the spine. One of the side effects of both of those exercises, but particularly rowing a boat, is that it helps to improve your posture. It helps to open up the chest to stretch the pectoral muscles. It helps to strengthen the muscles between the shoulder blades. Because if you allow your pectoral muscles to contract, this is what happens. Is that they tighten and tighten and they pull your shoulders in and forward, and they have a tendency to pull you down. And you end up looking down at the floor. You end up with that almost hunched back, which, if left long enough, can turn into the dowager's hump. So it really helps to improve your posture as well. And it helps you to keep your head upright. Remember that keeping your head upright is a hugely important aspect of your posture and of your balance. When you begin to look down at the floor, you tend to lose your balance much more easily. You also tend to lose the view of what's going on around you. When all you can see is the floor in front of you, you miss all the things that happen around you. The next exercise we're going to do is one of the 6 healing sounds. And so these are sounds that we can make that create vibrations in our body that help to cleanse the organ that we're doing it for. And the healing sound for the lungs is a hiss. It's a sound. So if you think of the word hiss and emphasize the s part and miss off the h at the beginning, you've got it. So when you do this, it's a very comfortable inhale, a comfortable exhale, and you make the sound as you exhale. We're not trying to make a loud sound. We're not trying to make this sound as long as we can. Comfortable inhale, comfortable exhale. It is what it is. Now, this one does have a very specific number of repetitions to be ideal. And that ideal is 6. If you do more or you do less, it's okay, but 6 is the most beneficial. Comfortable inhale, comfortable exhale, making that sound. You will notice that as you get to the end of that, you won't be able to maintain the sound all the way through to complete your exhale, and that's okay. So the important thing about this is the vibrations that you create in your mouth, in your vocal cords, that are going to vibrate through your lungs, and it's going to purge the toxic energy of all our sadness, all of our sorrow, and all of our grief. And those are the emotions that cause us problems with our lungs. And we want to let go of those things. We may want to experience them. That's okay. However, we don't want to hold on to them. We're going to add into this some movements and some colors. When we let go of the sadness and the grief, we're going to let go of a dirty gray color. When we bring energy into the lungs, we're going to bring a vibrant white light into the lungs. So we fill the lungs with vibrant white light. We push out the dirty gray of all that toxic sadness, sorrow, and grief. And we're going to add a movement to this. We're going to do the movement 8 times. That will give you 2 movements to get used to it. And then on the 3rd movement, we will add the sound in and do 6 of the sounds. Again, starting from the natural stance. We bring our hands fingertip to fingertip up. They face towards our torso. We turn the hands palm out. We squeeze the shoulder blades together and push the hands out to the sides, and then sink the hands down. We inhale as we bring the hands up, rotate them out, and we exhale, and on the next one we make the sound as we push out and sink the hands down. Inhale, making the sound. Inhale a beautiful white light, filling the lungs with fresh energy. Exhale, making the sound, pushing out the dirty gray and sinking it down into the earth. Inhale a beautiful white light. Exhale the dirty gray of all our sadness, sorrow, and grief and sink it down to the earth and let it go. Inhale. Inhale. One more. And the healing sound for the lungs. Let's add to this, let's do the lung exercise from the 5 yin organ exercises. This is a little bit more of a gentle version of Feudal Lord draws his bow. Again, the movement is to gently this time squeeze the shoulder blades together and open up. This is not this very forceful squeeze this time. Again, from the natural stance, our hands float up to the height of the shoulders. We gently bring the shoulder blades together, open the arms up, then the hands palm up and close. Inhale as we open. Exhale, close. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And bring your hands down. So those are some exercises that we can do for our lungs in the autumn to help us prepare for the coming winter and the colder weather. The number of repetitions of everything but the healing sounds is pretty much unlimited. The healing sound, the ideal is 6 times. You can do more, you can do less, but the most beneficial is 6. The most number of times that you should do the healing sound in one day is 6 sets of 6. So it's a maximum of 36 times a day, which is a lot. There are also a couple of contraindications for the healing sound. You should not do the healing sound if you are pregnant, if you are heavily menstruating, or if you have had a recent fracture or a broken bone. And you should also not do it if you are severely qi deficient. And people will ask, what is severely qi deficient? You'll know if you're severely qi deficient. You will not want to get out of bed. You'll be really, really lethargic. Doing anything will be a struggle. Okay? So those are exercises to help you with the autumn and to prepare you for the winter. And thank you very much for joining us today.